Hello ma'am, nama saya Yuni Ana Maria Maharaja dari kelas 10 MIPA 2. Di sini saya akan menceritakan kembali isi dari video yang berjudul Eva Peron. Eva Peron, the actress who helped poor and sick people in Argentina. I was a famous actress in Argentina. I helped my husband, Juan Perón, to become president. I used my power to help sick and poor people. I also helped women to get a vote for the first time in Argentina. I was born in 1990 in the Argentinian countryside. My mother was a poor country girl, but my father was a rich man from the city. Unfortunately, my father died when I was very young and life was very hard for my family. My mother worked hard to earn money. She made clothes for other people. 4 years after my father died, in 1930, we moved to a small apartment in the city of Hunin. Life was very difficult at first, but my brother and sisters were growing up. Soon they got jobs. With their money, we moved to a large home and I was able to start school. I enjoyed school very much, but my favorite lessons were singing and acting. In 1933, I won a role in the school play. I was so excited. From that day, I knew that I want to be an actress. It was my dream. In 1935, when I was 15 years old, my mother found me a place to live in Buenos Aires. I was exciting for me to be in this amazing city, but it was a time of great economic problems. Many people didn't have work and everywhere I went, I saved poor and hungry people in the streets. Luckily, I found a job, so I had enough money to pay my rent. During the day, I worked, and in the evenings, I joined a theater group. Soon I was given my first role at the Comedias Theater, and in 1936, I traveled with the theater company around Argentina. I also got my first part in a film. I was only 17 years old and I was already an actress. In 1937, I started working for Radio El Mundo on a popular radio show. Radio El Mundo was the biggest radio company in Argentina, and soon my name was well known. Then Radio Belgiano asked me to work for them on their show, Great Women of History. On the show, I played some famous roles. Queen Elizabeth I of England was one of them. I was no longer a poor girl from the countryside. Important people wanted to me. By 1942, I had my own apartment in one of the best parts of the city. But then something happened that changed my life forever. In January 1944, an earthquake hit the town of San Juan. It was terrible because 10,000 people were killed and many more were hurt. Juan Perón was an important political leader. He organized a congress to help the people of San Juan, and I was invited to be in it. After the congress, I talked to Juan Perón and learned about his political ideas. From that day, I had a new dream. I wanted Juan Perón to become the president of Argentina. On the radio, I talk every day about Juan's work and his ideas. Unfortunately, Juan had powerful enemies and they found him and put him in prison. On my radio show, I asked the people for help, and on 15 October 1945, 3,100 people came to the Casa Rosada, the president house in Buenos Aires. I stood on a balcony of the house and spoke to the people from my heart. Soon everyone was shouting, "Free Juan Perón! Free Juan Perón!" 2 days later, Juan was free, and the following day, Juan and I got married. We were so happy. We traveled together around Argentina, and we both spoke in political meetings. I told the people that Juan could help them and their families. I also asked them to call me Evita, Little Eva. We were a great success, and in 1946, Juan Perón became the president of Argentina. Suddenly, at the age of 27, I was the president's wife and the first lady of Argentina. I want to work hard and help the people. In 1947, Evita City was built to give homes to poor families. And in 1948, I started the Eva Perón Foundation, an organization to help poor and sick people. By 1950, the foundation had received over $200,000 million and had 40 workers. We also gave out dozens of sauce and cooking materials and built hospitals and schools. I worked day and night and met with thousands of sick and poor people. I want to give them home. I also want women to have more political power. When Juan became president, women weren't able to vote. Juan and I fought to change this, and I also started a new political party for women. It was called the Female Progress Party. By 1951, the party had more than 500,000 women members. With the help of these women, Juan Perón became president for the second time. Many people want me to have a bigger political role, but I had to say no. I was already working too hard, sometimes more than 20 hours a day, and the problems I saved every day were making me ill. My husband asked me to take more rest, but the poor and sick people needed my help. I can't stop. I was taken to hospital several times and lost a lot of weight. I was also in a lot of pain, and the pain got worse and worse. I wanted to see our country become a better place, but unfortunately, this didn't happen. I was only 33 years old. I died, but people around the world still remember me, and many people in Argentina still think of me as dear Evita. Thank you, ma'am.